Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about Disney wants to make Star Wars more like the MCU moving forward. Of course, Disney can't think of anything original except making Star Wars, a film series about a plucky bunch of resistance fighters against the evil empire, into more like the MCU, which is made of dozens and dozens of superheroes. Yes, let's stretch a series that only has a limited number of characters into the thousands and thousands of characters that the MCU has. Anyway, let's get into this article and see how Disney can ruin Star Wars more. The future of Star Wars on the big screen is unclear right now. Once The Rise of Skywalker arrives next month, we're hearing there will be a 3-year pause before the next stage kicks off. There are several projects on the go from different filmmakers, which may suggest a bunch of desperate series are in the works, but it's possible that Lucasfilm has greater ambitions than that and are actually looking to another Disney brand for inspiration. We got this covered as heard from sources, the same ones who told us Bill Murray was returning for Ghostbusters 3 and Ewan McGregor was returning as Obi-Wan, that the Mouse House wants Star Wars to be more like the MCU. According to our intel, the studio has aims to co-opt the Marvel style of franchise building down the road, so that means more crossovers and more interconnectivity between the movies and more character interactions from different pockets of the universe. We've been told that they have eyes on some type of Avengers-like event film in the future. Of course, there have already been signs that this was what Disney were planning to begin with. Solo, a Star Wars story, was clearly intended to be the first steps towards the MCUification of the brand. It came out only 6 months after The Last Jedi, much like the heavily staked Marvel releases, and it was fully intended to produce sequels. The Darth Maul cameo was the equivalent of the MCU post-credits scenes, basically. Solo's underwhelming box office total may have put paid to these plans for now. I don't know what put paid means. Apparently the writer of this article can't spell. But it's no surprise that Disney wants to try something similar in a few years' time. They've even got Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige on board to helm at least one film and possibly a trilogy for them. This is pure speculation, but it doesn't seem out of the question that they could even get him to assist with crafting the overall shape of the franchise too. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves for now. We know that The Mandalorian, the first live-action Star Wars TV series, premieres tomorrow on Disney+. The Rise of Skywalker then hits theaters on December 20th. And after that, well, we'll just have to wait and see. No, we don't. I know this is going to fail because the current MCU is drawing on the years and decades of lore from the Marvel Comics universe. But the Star Wars universe, the one that they basically retooled so that they could make their Disney Star Wars movies, the original extended universe lore that they spent decades making, well, they got rid of all that. And they might bring it back, especially since they only have a limited amount of, lore they can use. Basically, the prequels and the original trilogy movies. Not to mention their own, foul-smelling gunk that they call the Disney Star Wars movies. Because of that, that means Star Wars, or rather Disney Star Wars, only has a limited amount of lore that they can use. They have to do something because if they're going to make movies on the lore they currently have, they're going to fail. Not to mention this half-wit idea of making the Disney Star Wars movies more like the MCU. Because, they have to introduce new characters that no one's ever heard of before, and I'm not so sure that they can. Because even Guardians of the Galaxy had an original comic book to draw the lore from. If Disney makes a bunch of more Star Wars movies with a bunch of characters like the current Disney Star Wars characters, a bunch of Mary and Marty Stews, then these movies will be horrible, and no one will want to see any of them, especially a big team-up movie like the Avengers-style movies. Now, if you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around unsubscribing people, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And also, could you please share this video, share it on Twitter, and share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere you think it would do the most good because YouTube is not going around promoting their YouTube creators anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. It's plug-in time, so listen closely. Keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.